What's up, guys? NoLucksGiven here, and today we are going to take a look at a Wonder Waddle game where we do some stuff pretty similar to the game that I posted on Monday with all of the bonus gold. However, in this one, I'm going to try to use that bonus gold to fuel a crystal ball and just grab a bunch of mages and do some powerful mage stuff. And we're going to be off to a pretty strong start here with Bad Billy Goat and then Spinning Wheel. I do briefly consider Runestones, and I think Runestones can be strong early on as Wonder Waddle, so that way you just have another look at Crystal Ball and Merlin's Hat. But it's also really strong to just grab a Spinning Gold on turn 2. We're just going to have an extra gold every turn after that. Because of this, I don't lock this shop. I'm going to look for like Blind Mice and Wizard's Familiars next turn, potentially Polywoggles. And we see Polywoggle plus Kitty Cut Purse plus Genie's Wish. So I think that is reasonable enough to pick up. We just wind up getting a Witch's Brew on the goat. So nothing super crazy. And we kind of fall back a little bit in power on this turn. We'll probably wind up losing this one, but we still have got a lot of power from the early turns of this game, and we'll look to pivot that into some more power on subsequent turns as well. And gonna wind up doing okay. We don't get either of our slays. I wasn't trying to slay with Polywoggle, intentionally putting it in slot 5 there. But now let's try to roll and see if we can't find some tier 3 animals. And basically that Spinning Gold, it's just an extra gold to be able to roll. And we'll triple the Kitty Cut Purse, that's great. Was just planning on skipping this treasure, and I don't really think that we need the bounty board. I know that we picked up bounty board in Monday's video, but it wasn't super useful. It can maybe give you 1 additional gold if you're already high rolling, and by skipping the treasure we just get 2 gold immediately. So definitely better to just pick up a donkey here and start building towards a crystal ball. We get an additional vampire summon because my opponent had that falling stars, and then unfortunately we do lose the combat here, but we do get the slay with Kitty Cut Purse. So 4 bonus gold this turn. How did we get 4? Oh, yeah, we also played up against Share Bear. So we could use some of that bonus gold towards XP, but I'm going to keep rolling. I don't generally love XP on Wonder Waddle if there's other things that we can do with the cash, like try to find hatball. So that's what we're going to do. And I like what we got going on here. We can sell our golden chicken, skip this first treasure, and then take a look for Crystal Ball, and we find it. And at this point, we've already got some nice stuff going on, because we've got a Wizard's Familiar that is going to grow whenever we cast spells. We've got a Kitty Cut Purse, and then we've got a Prized Pig. So as long as we manage to do like somewhat reasonable stuff here, we could walk away with, you know, bonus gold from each combat, and then just use that bonus gold to fuel casting more spells. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip Puff Puff into a Chupacabra, and that's pretty strong. And I think we're already strong enough that we can just pick up a Spellweaver here, and that will be good enough for us. And then just going to cast a few more spells. We'll cast a spell on Wizard's Familiar here, and this shop presents an interesting puzzle for us. What we can do is we can sell our goat, we can skip the treasure from the Wizard's Familiar, pick up the golden chicken, and then just cast this Falling Stars for our donkey. That'll probably get us something equivalent to the goat, so it's not like we're even playing down a unit here. And we use the Falling Stars to pump up the Wizard's Familiar, to pump up the Spellweaver, and just overall be pretty strong. So this worked out quite well. The donkey's even going to get another summon in, and then Choop will trade with my opponent's Water Wraith and pump up the Kitty Cut Purse and the Spellweaver. Now, unfortunately, we do lose the combat, and we don't get the slay with the Kitty Cut Purse, and we don't have our Prize Pig survive, so only 9 gold this turn. Not super impressive, but you do get to make additional gold as Wonder Waddle just by tripling chickens. You grab 2 chickens, which costs you 4. You skip the treasure, sell the chickens, that gives you 6. So we do wind up still with a little bit of bonus gold on this turn. And we're just going to use that to cast some spells and try to be as strong as we can. This was kind of an interesting play this turn. I decide to not throw in the Spellweaver because my units in the front line are so large, the Wizard's Familiar, and then of course the Rotten Applewood, that we are probably not going to have anything die, so I'm just thinking that extra spot will just be used for the Donkey Summon, and that's totally acceptable. And that's what winds up happening here. We've got a pretty strong board. We will be able to slay with Kitty Cutpurse as well. And we'll also have our prized pig survive. So 7 bonus gold on this turn. Pretty fabulous. And now I will wind up putting the Spellweaver in because at this point, it will probably be big enough that we can... like the unit that we summon off of Donkey will be smaller than what we have here. Go for another True Love's Kiss and find the Storm King, or Scion of the Storm, as I believe it might be called now. And now we're obviously ridiculously strong. We get to keep this Storm King as well. And yeah, this has just been an excellent game for Cash Ball, where you just try to make as much gold you can with Kitty Cutpurse, Prized Pig, Wonder Waddle in general, and use that gold to fuel a bunch of spells and really do some fabulous stuff here. Unfortunately, Kitty Cutpurse isn't going to get an attack, but hopefully, yes, this Prized Pig is going to be able to survive. So we'll kill this Trophy Hunter, and we'll still walk away with 5 bonus gold for the turn. So not too shabby. And now just really looking for, I mean, I'll take another Spellweaver, and that actually gives us Merlin's Hat. So we're kind of off of the Cash Ball strategy, but we got to this point using just Cash Ball. And I think that that is still an important thing to recognize. We'll grab a Greedy, which is another way to generate some bonus gold and kind of fun. And then we'll actually mix a Whizzle into an Aeon. And now we can have even cheaper spells next turn. Eventually, we were probably going to try to work Aeon into this, assuming that we never wound up finding the Merlin's Hat. We would have just rolled on 5.0 to try to get an Aeon on this board as soon as possible. Now we don't have to roll for Aeon as desperately, though I'll still try to find it next turn. And then, of course, we are still really, really strong just off the back of this Storm King. That's going to be pretty great for us. So we'll take out this Horde Dragon as well. And now we are looking for another Wizard's Familiar, looking for Aeon still in the market for an Aeon. And then, yeah, we can throw extra stats on Greedy or Kitty Cutpurse. I'll pick up the Blind Mouse, and yeah, we get pretty lucky this game. Immediately find Forking Rod, and that winds up being pretty good for us. I'll grab another Spellweaver too. We can definitely make some stuff work off of that. And do consider the Spinning Gold. And because of that, because I'm done casting spells for the turn, I'm just going to throw the Wizard's Familiar and the Prized Pig back in here. That way, hopefully, we can just win the Spinning Gold and use that to just get us a little bit more cash. And I'll just play slightly stronger units. But I think we're mostly going to win this Spinning Gold off the back of the Storm King. So we'll see how that works out for us. My opponent does have some trees already. They've got a Burning Tree and a Ashwood Elm, and they've transitioned into Trophy Hunter, which isn't going to help them too much, but we wind up getting double the gold this turn, 24 out of 12 up there at the top of the screen with the Spinning Gold win, plus the Prized Pig. And I can't remember if we won the Kitty Cutpurse or not, but I don't think that we did. I think we just did a bunch of other sweet stuff. Triple the Spellweaver, skipping that treasure. Throw the pig back in. I'll mix a Whizzle doubled up on the Greedy. That's going to give us a Green Knight. but we'll still be looking for a way to like flip that or something. And yeah, then just hoping to have a strong enough Aeon. We'll shard the Green Knight. That'll transform it into... Oh, that'll also flip over our Cinderella, and it'll transform the Green Knight into a Doom Breath. So we'll see what we can do with that. I'm going to wind up double Mix-a-Whizzling it again into a Storm King. Now this is just against the Ghost, and the Storm King's just temporary. I go for a Shrink spell just because we're basically out of time. Then I try to purchase a Spellweaver, and unfortunately the Spellweaver lands on the battlefield. I didn't have enough time to drag it all the way back to my hand, so just means we're not going to get the bonus gold from Prized Pig this turn. But it doesn't like completely disrupt our turn or anything like that. Just looking for, yep, another Wizard's Familiar here. And now we're basically full build. And don't really even need any more Wizard's Familiars because we got no place to put them. So yeah, this is like the end game build. Gonna pick up a Baby Root just to flip it over. And I'll pick up another Aeon too, just to throw a little bit more stats onto the board. You actually make gold if you purchase a 3-drop unit and then double feed the Kraken it with Forking Rod, so that's all great. And then feed a Polywoggle to the Kraken as well. I'll also grab a Golden Chicken, again, just another way to hold on to a little bit of extra cash, and then I'll cap off with a Spinning Gold. And yeah, all of this has just been really quite strong. My opponent is going to take out our Spellweaver, but beyond that, don't think they're going to be able to do too much, and I think we'll be getting another kill here onto Celestial Tiger. Just barely a kill, but a kill nonetheless. And we'll have 6 bonus gold to make use of this turn as well. And at this point, really just all of my cash I want to spend towards spells. I mean, I'll grab an Aeon to triple that, but even like a Storm King, there's no reason to pick it up here. It doesn't make our board that much stronger, if it does at all. So, just going to wind up skipping that. And yeah, just casting some spells here to round out. This game started as a cash ball game. Obviously, it's gone a little bit more traditional hatball here by the end. But yeah, just a really strong game overall. And I go for the Pigomorph because I see that we're against Trophy Hunter. But it's not really a Trophy Hunter. It's just like this weird trees player. So probably didn't need to even Pigomorph them, but it'll secure the win nonetheless and take them out. And then we are on to the finals up against Sharebear. And probably not going to be able to hit them for a full 24 in one go here, but we'll see what we can do. If we can put it together. It's possible. If everything survives, right? That's 7 times 3, 21. Yeah. So it's definitely possible to hit them for the full damages. And I'll just take a Spinning Gold though, because I feel like we are probably going to have this game go one more turn, and then I'll lock onto a True Love's Kiss, because one of the only ways that we actually make this board any better is by True Love's Kissing our Wizard's Familiars and potentially turning them into sweet 6-drops or Storm Kings or ranged units or something like that. My opponent's going to go for upgraded Copycat Monster Book, cast a few spells on us, and that does do some work, but it's ultimately not going to be enough to let them win. It is enough to let them take out 2 of my units though, and then they also kill Aeon, so good for them. It's going to mean they only take 16, and we'll still get our Spinning Gold, but that's going to be the end of it there. We get a Chupacabra for our first unit here, and 4 to go for a Spellweaver. I mean, probably a waste of cash, but It's fine. And then we wind up turning the Wizard's Familiar into a burning tree. So now it's got a whole bunch of health here and just ultimately going to be really good for us. I'll triple the Spellweaver. This just lets us do a little bit more damage with it. Again, probably it was just a waste of gold in this final turn, but then I'll end off with another doubled Pigomorph, and I feel like that'll be a pretty strong way to end it, and then locking onto this lucky coin in case something goes horribly wrong. But we Pigomorph their good boy behind their copycat. Pretty good stuff for us, all things considered, and is going to make it so that we quite easily win this one. So that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. This was I think it started out interesting, and then like unfortunately we just got like super lucky because I was just planning on playing Cash Ball, but then obviously found the hat, found the Aeons, and we're just able to end it really strong. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.